Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my video. This is very proud moment as the second phase of the AI-based FM system is now completed, and as told in the last video, that a clustering model will be built using unsupervised machine learning, and system itself will make clusters, as you can see on the window. I elaborated last time also, and will make clusters as per similarity and will send clustering reports. So now we have the traditional, alerts based FM system. As I showed you in earlier video, also let me show you also, which like your screen on your screen you can see we generate alerts on threshold and rule based uh, criteria, and on top of that, as I last time showed the functioning of AI. See, just it will just come here. These are old alerts, and if I just forward, you can see, yeah, these are AI generated alerts. So if we check some AI generated alert, I will go through very quickly. So yeah, in AI based alerts, which is running on top of the old traditional threshold based FM system, consist of, you can see here, fraud disposition and fraud probability. So this was our last project that I made and showed every one of you. And if somehow something still go unnoticed, I mean, skipping the rules, and AI also has not recognized, as per earlier fraud patterns. So now this is our hybrid approach to get the clustering done and get the reports so that nothing will give unnoticed. Believe me, guys, this is a one man implementation from scratch till this 100% hybrid model, which will ensure the combination of data driven ML models and knowledge based AI to minimize the scope of frauds. So now we will be quickly going through this short PPT that I made, and then I will show you the clustering part in the production level as well. So let me start quickly. Okay, so let me explain. So what is clustering? It is the method of dividing the objects, or we can say data, into clusters which are similar and which are dissimilar, and so sending it to another cluster. So there are different types of clustering. You can see here hierarchical, partial, but I have used k-means because I have checked all of them. But the k-means clustering has only given significant and relevant results. So I will be explaining k-mean clustering. As you can see on your screen, what is k-mean clustering is an algorithm which groups data based on the similarity of their features. In our case, in our data model, the features are the columns of the data. Okay, so call duration, call start time, end time, destination or country. Let me show you in Excel as well. You can see here, like this column, caller number, destination, minutes, call start time, end time. So basis on this, the algorithm, what will it do? Firstly, see here that unlabeled data, the data when goes into algorithm, it is like this only. These are our call records. So if data is like this, before entering into k-means, and then randomly you can see a centroid will be chosen by the algorithm. Like you can see here in the picture, after k-means is applied, the x is the centroid given by the algorithm. It is given randomly. So whenever centroid is chosen, the algorithm always checks there is significant distance between the data points. Okay. So then after that, data point distance is measured within the corresponding centroid. Like for a green, every data point of this green data points will be measured from the centroid to them. And similarly for these blue data points, similarly for these red data points, their distance will be measured towards the centroid. Okay. So, after measuring the distance from the corresponding centroid, then it will form the cluster. Like you can see here, the one cluster form here, this one of green data points, the blue data points, and red data points correspondingly. So, in the end, three clusters were formed. Okay, so let's go to the next slide as well. So, but what is centroid? Centroid, as you all know, it is the point which is the center of the circle. So, because firstly they were randomly selected. Again, they will be selected randomly by the algorithm, and then the distance to every data points will be measured again. Okay, so this is the functionality of this algorithm. Very very beautiful functionality that every time they will assign some centroid and again measure the distance, and till it will be done. This process will be repeated until the cluster assignments no longer changes. So this is the beautiful part. When the similarity has been found and no further similarity is being found between the data points or the data, so it will stop there. So this ends our k-means clustering PPT. Now we will go to the production part very quickly. Okay, so here this is the unsupervised machine learning code for k-means clustering. I have imported the k-means clustering over here, and I will now run this code. Okay, so what happening is k-means clustering will make the clusters as per similarity, and we'll group the calls. We can now go to the email window, and we'll wait for this cluster reports to come. It will come anytime now, because the code is running, and you can see what a beauty. Clustering report is coming for cluster 1, for cluster 2 as well, just like fraud alerts were coming in both traditional and AI based FM system. So if we check this one, you can see here, wow, what a beauty. First alert is a beauty itself. Why? You can see here four caller numbers, and two caller numbers are similar. Why? Because they are the in parallel calls. So system has identified the cluster of parallel calling. You can see here 5:24 in the evening, call started till 5:48, and in between for same number 5:38 another call started. Similarly here 6:04 a.m. till 10:27 a.m. the call was there, and in between 10:24 another call started for the same number. So what a beauty! I was telling you, now nothing can bypass this FM system, because this is a hybrid model, and 100% results are there. As I showed you, this is the first report in which parallel calls have been identified into single cluster by k-means. And I told you that k-means was on only algorithm that was giving the relevant and significant results. Oh my God, how much of you can see, just like fraud alerts, clustering reports are coming. You can see there are different destinations in this under this cluster: Angola, Aruba, few more. I will give an analysis on this also, because they have similarity of callings. So if I open some more cluster reports, you can see here destination premium number for this UK model mobile Vodafone. Two calls made, they are placed into single cluster. So you can see destination UK mobile Vodafone has been identified that it is a different cluster. So this is a different clustering report for cluster 11 has been formed. Similarly, we see more like for Bhutan. What a beauty! You can see now it's all beautiful. So unsupervised machine learning, unsupervised. This is not supervised, and the system is taking own analysis and taking making the clusters. All the calls to Bhutan has been placed under cluster 8. Why? Because they all have called the Bhutan, and they have some durations, but they have they have all the same destinations, so they have put into the same cluster. Similarly, Botswana Mobile, single call for 67 minutes. They have segregated it from another clusters. But even the calls, you like this one. Yeah. See, Bhutan has another cluster, Cuba has another cluster. There is no single call another than Cuba. It has been, similarity, group from similarity with some durations and destinations placed under a single cluster. So, how this, this is all algorithms. There are dozen of algorithms actually, but which suits your business problem. It depends upon you. As I told you that k-means clustering was the best, so it has made different cluster for different calls, even parallel calls and all. So I will give the analysis for this one. Why some destination, multiple destination has been placed under one cluster. There are records I can download. This is the CSV file, but I have already downloaded this CSV file for explaining it to the audience, for both technical and non-technical audience. So you can see here in this majority of records of calls are for Australia, and I have highlighted that them in yellow part. So if we go for this single call for Botswana, here it has 67-minute call. So this data point in all other data, you can see here there is no 61-minute call, but this is 72-minute call, which is nearby to 67-minute duration. So that's why a single call, the system doesn't find any call related to this duration and time frame. So it has been related to this one, 72-minute call of Australia. So that's why placed under this cluster. Now single call for Bolivia, 263 minutes, you can see here, and these yellow calls are Australian calls. So you can see the single call of 263 minutes resembles here with the same similar duration of 263 minutes for Australian call. So that's why they have this similarity, so placed under one cluster. Similarly, all calls like if this one single call 37 minutes, you can see here 37 minute is not there, but 42-minute call is there. So whatever data points that are similar, they will place under one cluster. So this one single call to Aruba with 120 minute of calling, you can see here 100 minute of calling is there. So similarly, you can see another calls like this one 87-minute for Anguilla single call. It is placed in same cluster here. Why? Because 86-minute call is there for Australian. So similarly, 20-minute call of Angola, and there is also a 20-minute call to Australia. So that's why in Australian cluster, all these six countries calls, single calls have been placed because they have some relation with the call duration of the Australian calls. So this is the beauty of this algorithm, how it works and how it groups the data with the similarity, as I already told in the PPT. So it groups the data with similarity, with assigning some centroid and making clusters which are near to the centroid. So, guys, this marks the second phase of this hybrid model. This was unsupervised machine learning clustering based model, and I have already showed you the uh, clustering part. Different clusters have been formed, and but how beautifully it has been formed for parallel calls, for for different destinations wise, and the system is totally, no fraud can bypass now, because this is the way. If somehow the AI based or traditional based FM system will skip the scenario, this is the model, unsupervised machine learning clustering model, that will check and find the reports and make the reports and send it to the end user to check and analyze. So, guys, this is Akhil Singh Rawat signing off. Please take care of yourself. Have fun and bye bye.